I am so committed to give you a wonderful training and a wonderful seminar. You will be learning a lot. You will be learning about self-talk, about negative self-talk, and about how to overcome it. Look forward to amazing learnings. So the best way that I can serve you and the best way that I can include you is if you please, just for the beginning, for 1 minute, put your video on, and we don't mind if your video is, if you are in your pajama, or if your video is showing your cats or a messy bedroom, we don't mind. Even I'm only in my office and I don't have a very nice background today either. Thank you. You are so welcome, Leni. You are so welcome, Rima. Yay! Yay! We need only a few more minutes at the beginning. It always takes 5-10 minutes until everybody's there. So long. Who has heard of NLP? Can I hear thumbs?
I have.
Rima, okay, nice. Leni, you have also heard of NLP. How about you, Mohammed? Jigar, have you heard of NLP?
Yeah, I just heard it in some seminar, like I attended some motivational seminar in that they mentioned NLP, but I don't know much about.
You just heard it from a motivational seminar. Ah,
yeah.
Are you doing any seminars at this time?
Yeah, during last 3 months.
You, Leni?
Yes, it's the first time.
Yes. Get a chance to learn a lot, isn't it?
Yes.
Rhonda, how are you? Fatima? Fatima, thank you. Just click on your video, please, for a minute. Sylvia? Thank you. Rhonda. Yes, Rhonda, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. So, who believes that you can change your mindsets? Can I see thumbs? Yay, nice one, nice one. Who believes that the way we think is directly linked to our emotions? Can I see yes? Can I see thumbs? Yay! And who believes that everything that we think is in the brain directly linked to our behavior, to how we feel in the body? Who believes that? Wow, nice, nice. So, Jigar, you have heard that NLP is for motivating, for what did they tell you in that seminar, what NLP is for?
What they mentioned is like, if you start feeling well, like, if you just think positive things, like if you do a positive talk with yourself, you start feeling joyful and blissful. It will make you feel good.
So yes, it is motivational and it helps people to become brilliant speaker. For example, me. For example, Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is in my seniorhood of neuro-linguistic programming. I am 1 level below Richard Bandler, John Grinder, and Christina Hall. Oh, thank you so much, Europe. Thank you. And sorry, I forgot my water. And I know most of the originators of NLP, and Tony is right there with the Society of NLP. In its origination, he just chose to take his own path and do his own advertisement. But people like Tony Robbins and many others really know how to use NLP to increase their charisma, to increase their speaking, to increase who they are. Wow. Hey, Prasad. Hey, Becky. Welcome, everybody. Nice one, nice one. So now Pia is here from Illuminations, and I want to tell you one thing. Illuminations is the most rocking well-being center. Not only is it the biggest in Dubai, the biggest in UAE, but I think from all the countries I know, from traveling 35 years internationally, Illuminations is the most rocking well-being center in the world. Let's see a big hand for Illuminations. And let's see a big hand for Pia. She's the executive secretary. And for Sonia, she's the president. And you don't know anybody who's more sharp, more fast, more knowledgeable, more a marketing genius, more a person in their heart, better at meditation, better at hypnotherapy than Sonia, the leader. Big hand.
Yes. Great.
And all Illuminations all Illuminations team members are amazing because they hold together in this lockdown. They work crazier hours. They are constantly there to help the client, to help you actually get into Illumination. So you can come to Illuminations, Fortune Executive Tower at T Cluster in Jumeirah Lake, and on the 4th floor that center is open. It's restricted. There's only this many people who can come in, but you can take your individual session, you can take individual consultations, and I believe I've heard last from my representative RG that you can go there and do meditations. I think we can only be 6 in the room, but you can go there and actually take care of your well-being needs. So one more time, I am so happy to speak to you as one facilitator from Illumination, and the NLP course is guided, facilitated, and hosted by Illuminations. Now you could, Gregory, would you want to introduce me? Gregory, would you introduce me, please?
All right, people. Hello, 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 online world. Thank you for your time and your interest in NLP. And I am so very honored to introduce to you a master trainer of NLP. What is a master trainer? Well, this master trainer, Dr. Doris, has over 33 years in training NLP. She's not had another job. She wasn't a teacher, or she wasn't in the sales. She wasn't a psychologist. She's just focused herself on learning, developing, and training NLP at a high level. But Dr. Doris knows many other things. She has studied emotional intelligence since the 1980s. She studied hypnotherapy, yes, and Reiki. But her passion, traveling more than 13 countries, working with more than 25,000 people, her passion turns out to be NLP. And we are so happy, having visited and worked in UAE and India, the United States, Europe, and Asia. We have an opportunity now to learn from Dr. Doris Greenwood, heartfelt. So it's not only the practical tools that she's going to give you, but the heartfelt care to make you make a difference in your life and to give you tools in your pocket to help other people, your husband, your children, your coworkers, maybe your staff. This is an opportunity to learn from Dr. Doris Greenwood. Let's give her a hand.
Thank you. How nice. And thank you for helping
When's
out.
the last time you had a master trainer? Yes.
Thank you, Gregory, and thank you, Pia. You can go about. I'll beat you if I need you. I can now start with my participants, and we will click on you if we need you. Thank you so very much. Latest, if you could be back, Gregory, at 7 our time, which is 5:30 Dubai time.
Okay, sure.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. So you have found here yourself probably because you are interested in overcoming negative self-talks. And overcoming negative self-talk is a big issue, is a big title. I'm not able to. Okay, I'm able to share my screen. Are you able to see me?
Yes, we can see now.
Give me just 1 minute. Because I'm not the host, I'm only, I think it's the same thing though. So, so what we are going to do today is you will have an amazing experience, explorations, hands-on ideas of what is NLP, and at the same time, this is also a promotional seminar for the NLP certification that starts on the 28th of August at Illuminations online. So as Gregory has already introduced me, I have traveled for 3 decades. I'm also a corporate trainer, so I do what is called applied NLP to help corporate groups and companies. So whenever you have a need for your corporate group in Dubai, please let us know. You can contact Illuminations directly. And now I would like to explain to you a little bit more about NLP. Jigar already has done NLP. Some of you may know a little more or may know a little less. So basically, NLP has to do with how we think and then how that thinking is linked to how we talk to ourselves and others. And then what is the result? You know, I want to just share with you a little story, and the little story is about when I was just learning about helping people. I was, after my naturopathic doctor degree, engaged in emotional release therapy, emotional intelligence, psychology, counseling. And as I was busy with psychology and counseling, I had this tendency to ask my client, why do you have your problem? I want to share with you one story. That is the story of my client, Karen. I saw her 7 times in my psychology counseling sessions, and she had what is called depression. And as I was helping her, I was doing very, very well in my relationship with her, in her opening up to me. However, I was not satisfied with the result I was able to create. So in those days, when I talked with Karen, I would, of course, ask her, where do you have this from? Who was thinking like that? Who told you for the first time that you are not worth it? From who did you learn to not believe in yourself? Where did you learn to be so sad? Because she said, I just feel so sad and I cannot change it. I just am so worried and it has me. I just overthink much of my time in a way that I can just not really function. So I was asking Karen, so what is it that you are thinking? What is it that happens inside of you? And she says, I say to myself that I can't do it. I say to myself, it's all very difficult. I say to myself, life is hard. Now, this was before I had learned about neuro-linguistic programming. I just remember thinking, wow, she is saying an awful lot of negative things to herself. But time went on, we had to rush until I had this incredible opportunity to meet one of my psychology senior trainers, Tanya. And my psychology senior trainer, Tanya, was amazing. She was charismatic. She knew answers. She knew things to say. She came one time, it was part of the counseling training, into my session with Karen. And as she came into my session with Karen, she said, maybe what you thought was your emotional difficulty is actually just a signal for you to do something differently. And what would that be? I remember this sentence so well because it was rhyming and I love rhymes. So I just remember that my Karen had looked up, had responded, was engaging, said more than ever before, rolled her eyes more than ever before, and her breathing was different and her whole body position was different. And Tanya was with us only 10 minutes. So after Karen left and I got a little meeting with Tanya, that was again part of the counseling training internship, I asked Tanya, now in 10 minutes with Karen, you reached more than me in 7 hours. What did you do? She said, see, if people talk negatively to themselves, they might lose their eye of the goal. Whatever they say about depression, I don't believe it. I believe that people have to learn how to be on top of their internal dialogues, how to be on top of their thinking, and how to organize their patterns of thinking. I was so fascinated by what Tanya said, and I wrote it all down. I wrote it all down, and I had a very big aha. I had this incredible big aha that me asking Karen about her problem and asking her where is the problem coming from and asking her who do you have this from made her problem bigger. And in the upcoming lessons of this counseling training with Tanya, we learned how to ask, what is it that you want positively? What is it that is important to you and for you? And we wrote down and we answered. And then the question was, what is your bigger purpose for yourself and your life? And we had to work on it and answer it. And meanwhile, those problems got reduced. And meanwhile, we all really increased our motivation. So when I got a chance to see Karen again for the last 3 sessions, we had to give 10 sessions to each client, and it was part of the psychology degree report. And those 3 sessions that I gave to Karen after Tanya's help made all the difference. They made they made Karen find solutions. They made Karen look differently. They made Karen focus differently. Now, don't think depression is getting cured that quickly. I'm not saying she came out laughing. I'm not even saying she came out smiling big, but her mouth corners raised a little bit. And her overall composure was definitely more positive. So now I asked Tanya, where did you learn all of this from? And how did you know to ask these kinds of questions? And that's when I heard for the first time the word neuro-linguistic programming. And that was in 1987 in Seattle, Washington, USA. And that's when I started to learn NLP. And at that time, it was still very directly connected to what Richard Bandler and John Grinder did. I was personally, and I still am connected to one of the owners of the Society of NLP. Her name is Christina Hall. And if you choose to learn NLP with us, eventually your certificate will have that first logo that you see on that slide. It means it's the original NLP. It's not a shortcut. It's not copy and pasted. The materials and the certification come from Santa Cruz, USA, and the signature comes from the owner of the original Society of NLP from the 80s. So I want to know from you, and would you please interact with me and answer, what is self-talk? And how do you know it's negative? Could somebody answer, please?
Yeah, I would like to answer. Rima here. Can you hear me?
Your name is?
Rima.
Rima, you are so welcome. Okay, so what is negative self-talk? And how, what is self-talk? How do you know it's negative, and how do you know you have it?
Self-talk, for me, it's like continuously some thoughts are going on in the mind. It can be positive as well as negative. But when I'm feeling low, or I'm I might be having silence, but still I am very low on my energy. Then I get to know that my thoughts are not going in the right direction. So I get that awareness that some negative self-talk is going on.
Nice one. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Who else? How do you know you have self-talk, and how do you know whether it is positive or negative? How about Prasad? Fatima?
Hi, this is Prasad this side.
Hi, you are so welcome.
Yeah, so as per my understanding, we keep on thinking on one thing like repetitively on daily basis, and we want some results, but as per our actions or work, that things are not coming up correctly. So we think that we are doing something wrong, likewise.
Exactly. So we are stuck by
Yeah,
thinking we are doing something wrong, but
yeah,
really it has very little to do with what is really happening, right?
yeah,
Thank
correct.
you, Rima. And thank you, Goyal. One more. How about Fatima? Becky? How about Lenny? Okay. So basically, if you say things to yourself like, don't be disappointed, don't be frustrated, or don't be sad, that can even promote fear, negativity, depression. Negative beliefs are directly linked to our negative emotions. What happens to you when you learn to say, accept, and move forward? Focus on what you can do. For many times, we need to even focus on what we already have achieved and focus on creating solutions. Now, we can find out that there's two forms of our negative self-talk. The one is initiated by ourselves. Many times, whatever is psychiatrically called depression is a low mood and a down that is a person talking to themselves and not directly, consciously possible to be linked to where it's coming from. Whereas you already know that a negative self-talk can come by others when you are suffering because your husband or your wife says negative things to you. Or when you are suffering because you know that teacher in your school said to you, you are stupid. Because people do that when they are not wise and educated about how to use their language. So a teacher who just said to you, you are stupid, that message can be deep inside of you. Or you don't deserve. Or not direct messages, but sublingual messages. So it could be that last week I had a client, she wanted to work with me on creating greater abundance. She says, Dr. Doris, your courses are always filled, whether it is this time or that time, and even in lockdown time. How do you do that? I shared with her a little bit, but I was more curious what she thinks and what she, in very short amount of time, we could find out that not only her father would always say, we don't have enough money, we need to buckle down, but her whole family had what is called poverty consciousness. And she knew that no matter how much money we had, no matter how much we had in the savings account, everybody was always so afraid that we wouldn't have enough money, that we wouldn't be able to create security, that something terrible is going to happen, that we lose the house and be on the street. And while she was saying that to me, she looked at me and said, that's just a negative dialogue that I have from my upbringing. It's from others. It's not my own. I don't believe that. I now see that it is my upbringing and my father and my family who had that fear. The negative self-talk is from them. It's not from myself. Who understands what we are talking about right now? Could I see your little smiley or a thumbs up? Nice one. Can I see a thumbs up? Yay, Chiga. Thank you, Rima. Thank you. You understand, Leni? Prasad? Fatima, you understand? Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So thank you, Prasad. So let's do a small demo on the states of mind. Now, I can have this be an experience if you turn your video on. If you don't turn your video on, I cannot make an experience. So sorry. Because for this negative self-talk exercise, I have to say thank you, Jiga. Prasad, can you check for just a minute to turn your video on? We don't mind that you sit there in your pajamas, or that you have your cat on your lap, or that you don't wear your lipstick. We don't mind. It's online training. Can you please come, Prasad? Or Becky, or thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. So let's practice, and then Becky and Fatima, I hope you can join. Even you will not be able to get my feedback. For the other ones, I will give you my feedback. So would you please now practice saying to yourself a sentence that I will give you in a moment. I will give you that sentence in a moment, and you want to say it again and again and again.
All right.
Okay.
And then we will look at how it affects you, and then I will ask you to shake it off, and then I give you another sentence, 2 different messages, and then as you will say that message to yourself again and again and again, we will see what is the difference in the result and in the behaviors, because I don't want to tell you about this negative self-talk and what we think of it. I want you to experience it. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
So message number 1. Message number 1, just say to yourself and repeat it. Don't change, don't do anything with it. Just say to yourself, I can't do it. It's very hard. I cannot do it. It's very hard. And would you then please try to stand? Please try to stand up. Stand up. Go behind Prasad. That is it.
There is lot of noise. I can't hear you properly.
Is it better now?
I think
Somebody is
someone's
there in the
TV or something
background.
is on.
The background noise. Yeah, it's fine
Ah,
now. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
it's gone now. So
Can you repeat?
now, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up.
Okay.
That was message 1. Now we are going to do message 2. Would you please now say to yourself, I can do it. It's easy. I can do it. It's easy. And say that sentence inside again and again and again and just feel it. Very good. And would you now please stand up? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now you can put both of the sentences up. So now let's look at what happened. So when you were saying to yourself, I can't do it, it's very hard. What did you know?
Breathing has changed, and there was some sensation in the chest area. So
There was a fear in my mind.
Immediately we even get something like a fear within a few seconds. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Prasad?
Yeah, it was quite good because second time when you said that yes, I can do it, and that means it gets a feeling that yes, it can be done. Yeah,
optimism was there.
Yeah, and see, we didn't even use content. I did not say anything about what you can do or what you cannot do. We just kept the sentence very generic in order to show you that when we do negative self-talk and we say we can't, it's not possible, it's difficult. How did you stand up when I asked you to stand up? Well, first of all, Rima, Lenny, and Prasad did not stand up, and me and Jigar, we stood up very slowly, right?
Yeah.
I missed that statement. There was a noise.
Oh, there was a noise.
yeah,
Okay.
me too.
So when you are saying to yourself, I can't do it, then is that where is that noise coming from? Would you ask them? Yeah, thank you. So what an amazing example of the negative dialogue. So what we are going to talk about is how to shift our inner dialogue and our negative stories into positive forward-oriented stories. So here's a picture of what happens when we have any of the negative beliefs, when we speak negatively to ourselves, and when we doubt. So when we doubt or we speak negatively to ourselves, you see the man flat lying down. It's like nothing is possible. Most of the chances go by. Maybe we do whatever is needed to survive. You know, we are still doing good enough because see, most people just live so everything is just good enough. You know, compensating, denying, excusing everything that happens and saying just good enough. So when you remember saying to yourself, I can't do it, Lenny, I think you have to turn your microphone off because it's really too loud. If you could turn your microphone off because we all cannot hear you well.
Hello.
Yeah, is it possible for you to, now it's better. Thank you. So, Rima said it affected her breathing. She had a sensation here. Chika said it gave him fear. We certainly could see that there's more tension on our face. Our eyes were looking down. Our breathing was slower. What were you aware, Prasad, in your body?
Yeah, actually I felt that, yeah, yes, I can do. Yeah, there's a feeling that, yeah, it can be done.
By the second time, but in the first time, what were you aware how it is affecting your breathing and your movement and all of
it
your body?
it was like stuck, like I cannot do anything, like, yeah.
Like the man on the slide, right?
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah.
So now, when you say to yourself, I can, it opens up doors. It is possible. And you can even say that to yourself in form of a question. How could I do it? How can I do it? What can I do about it? Even if such a big, impossible, horrible thing is happening, what is it that I can do? See, I choose to, many times people ask me, Dr. Doris, what do you think about this pandemic? You know, I don't choose to speak about what I cannot do anything about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Let me look at what I can do something about. I can raise my trainings. I can work on the awareness that everybody has. I can make a difference in how we are speaking to ourselves and others. I can contribute more than ever before to raise the skill level with every and anybody who I'm allowed to touch, to have greater self-empowerment, better communication, and affect everyone else wonderfully. Increase relationships, increase positivity. I cannot do anything about the corona. Nobody can. So why would we talk so much about it? Why would we? Now, I'm not saying to be oblivious. Everybody should know how much time they spend to give every day. I do either 10 or 20 minutes in the morning and in the evening to keep myself up, to know the death rate in my area, to know what is the new rules, what is able to do, what is possible to do. I always do a little more scientific research. What can be prepared? What is the vaccine going to do? But that's it. I'm not going to look at the news over and over and over. I have a very good friend. She's not doing NLP. Most of my friends do NLP. But she says everything is so saddening and so depressing. I ask her, how many hours TV and news do you watch? She says, every evening, 2 to 3 hours. I said, you know what? I would get depressed too. If I would look at 2 to 3 hours, the terrible stories of how people are dying at this time, of course you get depressed. If you wouldn't feel bad, you would be a robot. So we have to be aware when we are doing what, how we are doing it, and to always focus on, yes, I can. What is it that you can do? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that's right.
Because what you have just learned is that our thoughts and emotions are based on our self-talk and on the stories that we make. Because this inner processing, this mind, it is always making stories, complete stories. They have nothing to do with reality. And it happens all the time. I had 2 weeks ago a client, her name was Sandra. And she said that she would make herself be fearful about her financial situation because she does not have retirement or support from the government, nor does she's from Germany. In Germany you are getting health insurance. She's from she's from US, and she doesn't have the support. She doesn't have what it needs for her to feel safe for her future. So I said, did you look into your numbers? Did you make a spreadsheet? Do you know how much you have to have? And I gave her now I'm not a financial consultant, nothing like that, but I gave her just some tasks to look and write down to become more real, to become more practical. And she came back the next session smiling, laughing, saying, Dr. Doris, I thought I'm bothered by fear. I was thinking my negative self-talk and my inner stories have to do with my fear. But after I wrote down all the numbers, after I understood how much I will get as Social Security, after I noticed my resources and just laid it out, and I made a 10-year plan, now all what I thought is fear is gone. It can be so simple like that. When we understand what the negative self-talk is about, when we listen to it, when we begin to write it down, and then find out what it is that we have to do. I had one participant of an NLP training. At that time, we did 18-day trainings. She came to me and she said, Dr. Doris, I'm not able to have a successful long-term relationship. Whenever I meet a man, something goes wrong. I always attract the wrong man. I always find a man who's either has an anger problem or an alcohol problem. I attract the wrong people. And then I get afraid, and I just now, somehow I gave up, but deep down, I want to have a wonderful, nourishing relationship. She came to the NLP practitioner training. She worked on everything that was in her way, her emotion, her negative dialogue. She changed it into the positive dialogue by one NLP technique that you will learn in the NLP practitioner training. It's called the swish. And then by another technique that is called the visual squash, which is integrating negative dialogues, and by learning about the language models. She came out and she found a wonderful not somebody 100% perfect, but a wonderful man, a sweet man. It was in Alaska. Her name is Nita. And even years back when I checked with her, they were still together. And she said, I really thought that it's the men on the outside that are bad. And I didn't understand that it's my negative internal dialogue that prevented me from creating a wonderful, long-lasting, nourishing relation. It changed her life. In 5 days, her life was changed in a way that she said, this was so amazing. This was so outstanding. She says, now looking back, I would have paid 10 times as much for that training. It gave me so many changes. It gave me so much hope. It gave me positive behavior, and it allowed me to do what I really want to do. Your emotions and mindsets consist of attitudes, assumptions, beliefs, interpretations, and judgments. I ask you, what is in common to stress, anxiety, fear, frustration, rage, anger, irritation, lows, downs, depression, and inner conflict? What is in common to all of these phenomena?
Thoughts.
Thoughts
These
and
are all negative thoughts.
negative self-talk. All of these have negative self-talk. Think about it. Because in order to make yourself stress, you have to say something negative that makes your brain shoot out the adrenals. In order to create heightened heartbeat and raised adrenals, you have to say something to yourself that makes your brain send the message to the rest of the body. Yeah, Prasad, what do you think about this?
Yeah, overthinking.
And they're not overthinking of, hey, what are the amazing positive things I can do? You can overthink about that because it makes you smile and feel good. But it's going to be overthinking about, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this at this time. If I do this, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. So
Yes.
maybe, yeah, Prasad, maybe it's not negative. I mean, it's not always that you say to yourself, I can't do it, it's terrible, I can't do it, but it's inquisitive with the doubt. Inquisitive with the doubt. Repeat, which has the similar effect. In fact, as we are sharing, thank you, Prasad. What is your negative self-talk? What is it that you are saying to yourself that makes you have negative feelings or that affects you negatively? I'm going to write it down so I can best help you. So what is it that you say to yourself that now looking back, you know it is negative? As we are sharing here, can we agree that what we share about is confidential?
Yeah.
So it stays in this room and you are not going to tell anyone else and nobody's gonna know. So what is it that you say to yourself that then makes you feel bad?
I would like to share.
Yes, Rima?
And in fact, this negative self-talk is going from 2 days. I have somebody in my life, and I asked for commitment just day before yesterday, and he was not ready, and he got agitated with this question and said he don't want to keep any contact anymore because I'm already irritating him. That's what he said. And from 2 days I am having this thing that why I have asked him. There could have been a better answer from his side, and now I have a feeling that he will leave me or he has already left me. So this continuous dialogue is going on in my head from 2 days. Like every if and buts are going on, and when I think of the past, we shared a good time together in last 2 years.
You are together since 2 years and you never talked about the commitment, and just now you have asked him for the first time?
No, he himself said that last year he said that he will meet my parents in a year or so. So the year has passed and he's having his own financial troubles, stability problems, which I was not aware of. And we have like he was maintaining a distance from me from around 6 months, because he was more focused on his career building and all these things. So I was not disturbing him in that period. But this I was like getting anxiety that what is happening between us. I was feeling a vacuum. So to have clarity, I have asked him not to irritate.
But see, thank you, Rima. So now I can help you a little bit with things that have to do with yourself. But if it includes others, again, there's so much that we cannot. We
Yeah.
cannot control our boyfriends or our girlfriends. If we could, that would be so good, but we can't. So all I can tell you, Rima, is we can find out that negative dialogue that made you have that anxiety, right? Because I would like for you to get free of that. I can help you to be free of that.
Okay.
Now, even without asking many more details, as I'm giving advice since 30 years, should I give you a little advice?
Sure.
Leave him alone and he will come back. But just leave him alone. Because if somebody is asked of something they are not ready to do, then emotionally they back off. And the more you come, the more he will back off. So just totally leave him alone and he will come back.
And what change I can do in my self-talk?
So now that's the most important. The most important is to regulate the self-talk. Don't say anything about it because you can't control him. You don't know what he's going to do. All you can say to yourself is that I am fine the way I am. I'm fine with or without boyfriend. I'm self-sufficient. I'm a happy person. I'm a radiant, wonderful being. Speak positively to yourself so you empower yourself. Hey, thank you, Rima. Thank you. Can we all say thank you? Nice
Thank
one. Who else would like to share?
Yeah, Prasad this side. So I would like to share, like, from last couple of months, I'm trying for new job interviews and all. So I'm giving a lot of interviews, every alternate week or something. But even interviews and all going good, all the rounds are getting cleared, but the results are not coming. Like, sometimes they keep me on hold, or things are like going on like the same way. Even the continuous thinking of that, I will get a new job or not, or I will get a new profile or not, or about some financial things are also going well or not. So continuously I'm thinking about that, and things are not working properly. But even the friends of mine, they got a good job, they got a good package on the, even we have learned the same things. So these things are continuously running in my mind.
Yeah. So this is a good example. Can we use it, Prasad?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yes? Yeah? Yeah? No. एक बच्चे. Daniel. Sorry, I cannot call her, so she can only call me. So now let's feel this. Let's feel Prasad's situation. So if we walk around and we think, oh my God, I don't get a job, or oh my God, I may not be able to counter this. Oh my God, it's not gonna happen. Can you make with your hands like this? Can you use your hands and do this? Like this. You know the horse that has the, what is it called when the horse has this?
Blinders.
Blinds. So, oh, thank you. I didn't know you were there, Gregory. So so when you go and you look like the horse with the blinds, how much are you going to see, Prasad?
Nothing else.
Yeah, you won't see. You see just the bread that is in front of your nose, or
Yeah.
the door to the bathroom that is in front of your nose, but you don't see. You cannot see.
Yeah.
So in order to attract the possibilities for regaining your job, for finding a new job, or for having all your friends help you find the job, you have to think like this. Now everybody take your hands off. That would make your blind. So whenever we talk negative, it's like blinds. Leni? So now take the hands off and do like this. And actually look at your hands and see both hands and open your peripheral vision. Prasad, show me how you open. Say, I open my peripheral vision. Can you say, I open my
I
peripheral
open my peripheral vision.
Jigar, for you, this is also good.
Yeah.
Can you say it? I open my peripheral vision. One more time, everybody. I
I open my peripheral vision.
open, and when I open my peripheral vision, I see so many things. I see so many things. Prasad, I have a story from a friend about Mumbai, India. Which town in Mumbai are you from?
I'm from Kolhapur. Simple.
Kolhapur.
It's yeah.
This story is of my friend Mr. Jyoti from Mumbai. And he, by talking to me, did something that was called time matrix. He was laying out a positive future up to 2 years. And after he did that, oh, I forgot to tell you, he was looking for a job. He didn't have a job for 1 year, Prasad. And he was only getting the money from his family. And you know, in India, everybody survives so easily because the family just shares. So he was surviving easily. But then, after he did that time matrix, the job, he said, at least in 6 months, the job would come. Guess when it came?
Within 6 months.
Day after, in his phone was a message, technical assistance in a company in Goregaon West, Malad needed. And he said, I can't believe how this message came in my phone. It came from a friend who is a friend of a friend. I have no idea how this message came in my phone. And you know what? So he got the job within 1 week of doing his time matrix, which is positive self-talk. So it's a whole bunch of positive self-talk that we did. And he said, look, I know that if I wouldn't have done the positive thinking with you and the positive projection, I may have overseen that message in my phone because I didn't think I could work in Malad. I didn't think I can work as a technical assistant. I just went there and they took me. Can you see what I say? So he was opening that work with me, the positive self-talk and the time matrix opened his peripheral vision and he was seeing what he couldn't see before. Jigar, I'm seeing you have very deep thoughts. Can you share your thoughts?
I was just thinking about like there is any link between NLP and manifestation. Like we do the manifestation, right? Like I generally do it at night before sleeping.
NLP and?
Manifestation, like we manifest something in our mind, right?
Exactly. Yes. There's absolutely a link between how you talk to yourself and what you manifest. So in your example, how can this help, Jigar?
No, what I was thinking is I generally have this habit of manifesting. Like, you know, like if I want a house, then by the time I sleep at night, I just think about that I already have it and just sitting there in the garden and like I'm doing the things I like to do. So I feel good about that. Like I manifest before going to sleep. Or if I, you know, if I'm looking for a job, I'll just think that I got an offer letter. I'll not think through the process. Like how I'm going to get it.
And it happens?
Yeah, it happens.
Nice.
But it takes time, you need to put a lot of energy in that, but it happens.
Yes, yes, you do. Because see, instead of letting that inner self, negative self-talk get you, you have to change it. It's not you can't sit under the bamya tree and go, oh, oh, oh. Sorry, I'm making a joke. I believe in meditation. I meditate since 30 years, but it's not coming from meditation, Chika. It's coming from organizing our thoughts and from programming positive self-talk. Yes, thank you. Welcome to the club. It's work. Let's give a big hand to Chika. To Prasad, it's work. Rima, it's work. Rima, write down what you are going to say and write down what you are not going to do according to this precious relationship. And Prasad, write down what you are going to say to yourself now, because we are all meant to live our purpose. Each one of us has something very, very precious. And it's more than negative self-talk into positive self-talk. It's about what is really important to you and what are you supposed to live? What are you supposed to do? And that is partially you and partially also your responsibility to your resources, to what is inside of you, what you want to express about you. What is important for you in your life, Prasad? What is important to you and for you?
Happiness and the making my family proud that I'm doing some good job at a right profile at good company.
Happiness, making your family proud, be with a good company. But what would all of this stand for? What is the emotion? What is the inner quality that you would hone?
The skills which are required for a particular profile, that I'm working on it.
No, what would it mean in a bigger way? That you express yourself, that you have greater satisfaction, that you live up to your potential, that you express your, what is your job? What was your last job, Prasad?
That is with Citibank as a credit analyst.
As a credit analyst. Are you happy with this work? You like this work?
No, I actually like to go into business analyst.
Business analyst. That's possible. That's not such a difficult switch. So can you experience yourself moving towards working as a business analyst and express yourself there beyond your expectations? And there's one amazing quality you have, Prasad. May I share this with you?
Yeah.
You are not just a number person. You are a sweetheart, and you are able to make connections with people. You are good at relationships. Am I right?
Yeah.
So use your relationship skills, use your communication skills, and you can seduce so many people around you. You can make strong relationships with so many people, and your relationship ability is going to get you wherever you want to be. So begin reaching out and share your heart and speak to people. Interact. Okay. Don't sit behind the stove. It's not going. In Germany, we have a saying, you won't find him behind your stove. So don't sit behind the stove and then again think, om, om, om. No, we have to, Jika, thank you. We have to do something about it. In fact, we have to learn to program ourselves. But you are meant to express yourself as a business analyst. You will and you can. So now notice already having successfully accomplished and come from there. So Chika, when you said, I already see myself in the house, yes, experience already having successfully accomplished. I think that is a little bit of a nicer language. You can write that down for yourself, Chika. So I am experiencing having already successfully accomplished that house, that job, that relationship. And so as you connect with the you that has already accomplished that, you will create amazing results. See, when I
Can
was
you repeat
finally
the
out,
statement?
I am experiencing
Yes.
having already successfully accomplished ... whatever it is. Rima, a wonderful nourisher. Let go of this man. Just say wonderful, nourishing relationship and say all the qualities. Maybe he's coming back, maybe not. Maybe somebody else comes, but don't hold on to him. That is not fair. You are creating in your life a wonderful, nourishing, peaceful, excelling, whatever I'm only blah blah, and you have to write down exactly the words that are your value words and that buzz you. And that's what you put on the wall, and you read that every day. And Jiga, it's the house, it's maybe more things. Say, I am experiencing, already having successfully accomplished, expressing myself in a way that I get the return and the revenue that I need, and I'm experiencing being a good father or good mother. Leni, what would you say?
See, basically, Doris, it goes from, sorry.
Oh, Leni was finally, she didn't talk all evening. Let's hear Leni.
Yeah, sorry, because I have something in the background, so I don't want to open
That's all right.
the microphone. Yeah, but anyway, I'm already trying to be more positive nowadays. So that's why, listening to everybody here, it's a good, what to say, is giving me more positive views in the next, because I'm not also working at the moment. And of course, staying at home, I was before in a travel and tourism company, so I'm running every day, and that's my everyday routine. So suddenly I stopped. So I had also this what to say, mind. I have a negative thoughts the last few days as well. So and now I started to recover, once in a while. So I'm happy just to hear everybody.
So what are you going to say to yourself?
Well, I will start, to think, to what to say, to self-talk that I will be more positive every day, to wake up and look forward to something new.
Look forward to. I write it to you in the text box.
All right.
And in fact, if you give me your telephone number, I got yours, Prasad. If you give me your telephone, Leni, I have yours. But yours is 08058. Is that Philippines?
No, it's in Dubai.
05. Oh, okay.
Yes.
But where are you from?
I'm from Philippines.
How did I know that? Giga, I don't have yours.
I'll just put it in the message.
Can you put it in the message box?
Yeah, I'll put it.
So I'm sending this in the message box, but if you send me your telephone, I have Leni and Prasad. Becky, if you want more material for me, please write your telephone number. Rima, Also, I don't have your telephone number. If you write it to me
Okay.
in
I'll
the,
write down.
yeah, that will help.
Just posted.
Okay, hold on. So let me share the PowerPoint with you again. So it's about NLP is about consciously regulating your self-talk. When you design your positive self-talk, don't say to yourself what you don't want to think or feel. Say to yourself what you want to think and to feel. NLP is about consciously regulating self-talk, regulating your talk, and NLP is about learning how to have I have a little old-fashioned remote control to my AC, but I want you to think about the remote control to your television. And I want you to think about 100 buttons. So when you take the NLP 2-day or 5-day course, it's like having a remote control with 100 buttons. And you will learn how to click those buttons. And you will learn how to change yourself and everybody else around it. Because I would like to invite you to stop your negative self-sabotage. Stop spreading negativity. Stop suffering and stop wasting time and effort. Stop damaging relationships. NLP is about how to create and maintain satisfaction, contentment, peace, inner silence, happiness, joy, improved communication, wealth, and health on all levels. Now, why do we recommend, and Mr. Green is going to tell you a little more in a moment, why do we recommend for you to take NLP with Illuminations and with Dr. Doris? Because we are doing the certification through Santa Cruz, California, the original logo for NLP. It is an NLP that is constantly updated and modernized. We don't put people in a box. We don't use psychometrics. We only use our eyes, our ears, paying attention to sensory information, paying attention to nonverbals, reading the lines between the spoken lines. And the NLP you will do with me is a body NLP. I will get up and dance around and show you many things, and you will get up and dance around and move your body and notice many things. It is basically NLP that is using the body, creating verifiable success. The NLP that starts on the 28th and 29th of August at Illuminations in Dubai. You can come there, and either we are online, most probably we will be online, but you can come to the center and you get a room and a very nice big TV there. So you can be certified in all 3 levels if you want and become an NLP master coach. This is NLP for positive mindsets. And you will also learn on day 5 an amazing 8-step coaching process. So if you want more information, please let us know. And I have my representative at Illuminations sent you the information, a brochure, and everything like that. So this is about the upcoming training. And if you sign up today or let us know that you are interested today, you qualify for a discount. Gregory, do you have little information?
Yes. Yes. So I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. Give yourself a big hand. I'd like to thank you. You know, you need to thank yourself for giving yourself time to, you know what? I think I'm going to do some self-development. Okay? The world is going this way and that way and this way and that way, but you chose to do some self-development to make yourself and not only you, but the people you love, the people you work with, people that you interact with. So we have a very special gift for you today. If you are interested and would like to take the 2 days NLP Coaching Level 1 Part 1, the normal fee is at 1,680 AED. If you call today, you can reach and we will give you a 15% discount with including that, but it's still a 15% discount. Now, if you are considering becoming a coach, or you're a leader, or you're in a position of power, like a mother, like a mother, if you're managing different emotions, you want to take that remote control and maybe put in a good program, then I'm going to really suggest to do the NLP Coaching Level 1 and Level 2. This is going to, in that program, you're going to get more channels that you can turn to help with an unresourceful emotion. Or maybe you have times where you don't recognize your outcome and your resources. With Dr. Doris's help, she's going to help you find an outcome. With Dr. Doris's help for Level 2, you will find your purpose. If you don't already know your purpose, by taking this course, you are going to, by the end, define your purpose, redefine what your values are, so that you're working a job where you're getting the money, but you also feel good and you want to jump out of the bed and work for. You want that type of job and you deserve that type of job. If you're having problems staying upbeat, everything's so bad and people, no, this is an opportunity for you to learn NLP with a master trainer, Dr. Doris. You deserve it, for God, you deserve this. All you have to do is you would go ahead, call the numbers or reach Illuminations, tell them, I went to the free webinar with Dr. Doris. I want to take NLP Level Part 1. I want to take NLP Part 2, and I want a 15% discount for it. Thank you so very much from the bottom of our hearts. We look forward to seeing you again in Level 1 or Level 2 Part 1, Level 1 Part 2, where we can give you more tools to help you with those resourceful and unresourceful ideas and emotions. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have one more thing.
Thank
So
you.
you can, thank you, Gregory. This is the number that you please call, and it is my representative directly. Now you can always call the Illumination reception, but if you want to reach my representative, he told me it's okay. I always forget the other number. It's the other number. It's 43692247. 43692247, or this number. He's directly the representative for NLP. Now I'm ready for your questions. Is there any question you have according to what you have learned tonight, or anything I can help you to improve yourself or to move forward? Yes, Rima?
I'm good. I'm good.
Prasad, any question?
No, I'm good.
Can you change your negative self-talk now in positive self-talk? Can I
Yeah,
see?
yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've luck with your boyfriend. And Prasad, you will get that job. And Jigar, whatever you want, you will create it. And Leni, you as well. Build your positive self-talk and everything will fall in place for you. Let's hear NLP excellence. Come on, let's cheer together. NLP
NLP excellence.
Excellence.
NLP excellence.
NLP excellence.
Thank you so very, very much. I hope I
you.
see you very soon, and have a wonderful evening. Pia, are you still there? Do you want to talk to me?
That's it.
Thank you, Chigari. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Rima.
Bye. Hope to see you on the 28th of August. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lenny.